Hello everyone, it's me again, Faith. And in today's video, I am going to be discussing Isihaqa. Okay, so before I do the video, I just need to explain something. So I did this video last week and then I uploaded it. And so sometimes I upload at night, I think around maybe 12 midnight. And so people are sleeping, so they're not gonna see the video. But my friend usually sees my videos before everyone else. So the friend watched the video, and then after listening to everything I said, they WhatsApped me and said, "Hey, ufundisa abantu amanga la." And then I was shocked, and I asked, "What do you mean by Mfundisa Bantamanga?" And then he was like, "No, that is not Isihaqa, what you've just described." I was like, "Yes, Isihaqa. Let's say I recently bought this, but I bought it in Harare. That was the thing. So I bought Isihaqa in Harare, and then that was the Isihaqa that I was describing. But then come to find out that Isihaqa in Zimbabwe and Isihaqa in South Africa are two completely different plant species. So Isihaqa is saying in South Africa, which is Tulbaghia violacea, okay? And then bese Isihaqa esithengiswa in Zimbabwe, which was the one that I bought, which was the one that I described in the video, which is Cassia abbreviata. Okay, so now that I know that there are two different types, I've never used the one in South Africa. I bought one in Harare, and that was because somebody recommended it to me, and so I bought it. And that was the one that I was describing in the video. But then my friend had never bought that one. He only knows the one Essengiswa Faraday at Joburg. So when he listened to the one that I was describing, he was like, "No, that is not Isihaqa. I've bought Isihaqa a couple of times, and that's not what you're describing." So that is the disclaimer. I'll be doing two videos on Isihaqa. The first one will be Isihaqa that is used in South Africa, so that's the Tulbaghia violacea one. And then the second one is the one that is sold and mostly used in Zimbabwe, which is the Cassia abbreviata one. So that's the disclaimer. Thank you. Hello everyone. This video is going to be discussing Isihaqa. This one is scientifically known as Tulbaghia violacea. And in English, it's called a wild garlic. So the English name comes from the belief that even though Isihaqa has garlic-like flavor, you don't get the bad breath that you get after eating the real garlic. So the real garlic is scientifically known as Allium sativum. So the wild garlic or Isihaqa belongs to the same family as onion and the real garlic. So I'm gonna keep calling it the real garlic, but just know that the real garlic is the Allium sativum. So the wild garlic, which is Isihaqa, has the same properties as the real garlic. It has antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, antiparasitic, anti-cancer, anti-candida, and antioxidant properties. So this type of Isihaqa can be found throughout Africa, but is mostly concentrated in the southern African region, especially in the Eastern Cape, and it tends to grow in the rocky grasslands. Sorry about the dog barking, if you can hear it. That's my dog barking in the background. Sorry. So the leaves and the bulb of Isihaqa tend to be the parts that are mostly used as herbal remedies in Southern African traditional medicine. I'm just gonna say South Africa because it's mostly sold here anyways. And it's used to treat a number of illnesses as well as diseases. In the Eastern Cape, which is where this plant is mostly concentrated, they use it to treat wind in babies. So wind is gas that is trapped in the baby's stomach. So I don't know if you have babies, but whenever you feed a baby milk, you have to then take the baby and then rub the back until the baby burps. And that is because when you're feeding the baby, especially using the bottle milk, the bottle to give them milk, there tends to be air that goes in with the milk. Same thing when you're breastfeeding. If you're breastfeeding the baby and there's an insufficient supply of milk, the baby will tend to also take in air. Whenever they take in air, they also take in air when they breathe and stuff, but most of the air comes in when they feed. You can use Isihaqa to treat the wind in babies. So the anti-candida properties, so I mentioned that the wild garlic has the same properties as the real garlic, and one of the properties is the anti-candida. The anti-candida property in Isihaqa makes it ideal for treating oral fungal infections. The infusion of Isihaqa is often used on HIV/AIDS patients to treat things like pulmonary tuberculosis, fever, colds, high blood pressure, asthma, esophagus cancer, and meningitis. And you can also use the infusion to get rid of intestinal parasites like tapeworms. Besides the bulb, I also mentioned that you can use the leaves. The leaves of Isihaqa can be eaten as well as used as medicines. Because the leaves are edible, you can use them as spinach, so you can cook them and eat them as a leafy green, or you can use them as garnish in salads. You can also crush the leaves on the skin to repel insects like mosquitoes and fleas and ticks. Isihaqa can also be used when making a love potion. LOL, don't ask in the comments how you make a love potion with Isihaqa. So you can prepare Isihaqa by taking the bulb, boiling it in water, and then using the infusion or the infused water. The infusion can either be taken orally or it can be used as enema. And this is to treat stomach aches, colds, your flus, and stuff like that. When it comes to cultivating and harvesting Isihaqa, you can cultivate Isihaqa in the home, especially if you live in areas where there are a lot of snakes. Isihaqa is very good at repelling snakes. Isihaqa repels snakes naturally, so you can plant Isihaqa in your garden if you have a problem with snakes. And when you want to harvest the bulb of Isihaqa, you need to cut the bulb with a knife from the base, and make sure that you leave the roots in the ground intact. That's it on Isihaqa. This was the South African Isihaqa, so that is the Tulbaghia violacea. I'll do another video on the Isihaqa that is sold in places like Harare, mostly in Zimbabwe. I don't know if they also sell it in other places, so I'll do another video on that one. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed weekend and